All right, fried rice. You want to know how to make it right? Well, at least I think it's right. Coming from Maui, Hawaii, and spent a lot of time in Asia, I have been lucky to taste some really, really awesome fried rice. And we're going to do fried rice with chicken and a lot of veggies. And I'll tell you, for all you guys going cruising, it is an amazing thing to make and put in a bag and keep in the fridge, because you can eat it cold, hot, doesn't matter. So there's a bunch of little secrets. I'm going to kind of go through it. And big thing is, woks are cool, whether you use a electric one like this one is, or a skill one on propane. This is, either way, works totally awesome. Number one, the most important is, what do you use for oil? So if you can get really good, I mean the real deal virgin, extra virgin olive oil, fantastic, totally happening. But my side, coconut oil. Coconut oil is amazing, and everything in it, you can see what's in there.
Can you see the label?
Yeah, this is one, don't know who he is, but anyway, you make sure it's the real deal. Really good coconut oil, definitely. And you can make coconut oil, maybe I'll talk about that later, because we have made some. It works pretty cool. That being said, coconut oil is fantastic for doing fried rice, and it is really, really good for you. So the big thing is, you do get liberal with what you do with all of your olive oil or your coconut oil. Get a hot wok going, stir around, get that up to temp. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go for eggs. Now, I'm doing 4 eggs. What I did with the eggs is I just simply took and forked them, got them all good to go, and I'm going to take and put all 4 of them in there. Now I got 2 pieces of utility here. Okay, these guys are really important. So if you're doing stuff with Teflon, don't use metal. Obviously the Teflon in here is completely gone, so I've gone to metal. I want to take and work the eggs. Basically just fry them up. And you're just working them in the coconut oil. Come up really fast, so you need to make sure you just keep the whole baby moving until you get it to a point where you see it starting to get done. All right, so I'm going to take and I'm going to put all that into this bowl. And this is going to be my collection bowl. And now, after the eggs, I'm going to go in and I'm going to put a little bit more oil in here. Now, hence, you notice I'm using plastic spoons and plastic forks? We do recycle. So try and use those utility like this. They're inert, they're easy to wash. No reason to throw them away. You can always use them for stuff like this. All right, the next thing I'm going for is I'm going for the onions. Now, I don't know if it was meant to be this way, but you know the little handle that sits in your cutting board? I like to use them to shovel my gear. You know, if you're trying to put stuff off into a, just run them off the top too, but when I'm doing a whole bowl of stuff, so I chopped up a bunch of onion. I put this in first. Now, I've got a bunch of different veggies that are going in. It can sit here for a second. So, aside from the onions, I've got chopped garlic, I've got zucchini, I've got carrots, I've got broccoli, and I've also got chopped broccoli stem. Okay. Of course, I got my rice. And then on the back side of that, I've got my chicken, which I'll talk about what I mixed up in that later. I've got plum that I've chopped up. And then I got ginger. So we got some awesome stuff to add here. Okay, so the onions are doing their thing. So anybody watching this going to Hawaii, you want to get some kula onions, you can get them up on Maui. By the way, kula is Maui. I'm going to throw a toss of water in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them in that, and I'm basically going to let it boil out and go dry. After that boils off, I'm going to go to garlic. It's going in there. And I need to, all the water is kind of almost gone out of this. Now I need to take and turn this, get it up to speed, spatula, and trim it out so you can get it kind of flat in the bottom of your wok. Get it all in. Okay, I'm going to take and throw a little bit more olive oil in here, excuse me, coconut oil, and toss my zucchini. Alright, we're going to add some of the base broccoli. That'll be good. I'm going to take and throw a little bit more coconut oil in here too. Can't hurt it with coconut oil, man. Take this and I'm going to dump it in with the egg bowl. Good. We dumped out all the veggies. Next thing is we're going to do the chicken. Now, we got a really good rotisserie here in town. And I chopped up chicken. The legs are the best. And I used a bunch of the back. Another thing I do is I take some of the skin and I chop it up separate. Really, really fine. I use it for some of the seasoning. It'll crackle up a little bit. And I use that. Threw some turmeric in here as well. And I'm going to take and I'm going to throw that in. Got that coconut oil in there. Basically some dried garlic and chili together. But I basically take a chunk of this and I throw it in the middle of it. I added that, turmeric, feel a little sticky, and you want to take and just dump another dash of coconut in there. Obviously I sped it up because I cooked the chicken already, and I highly recommend that. You're not going to go and cook your chicken in the wok and do this whole thing. You don't want the rest of the stuff to stand as long as it takes for you to cook your meat. So remember the bowl, all that, okay? That's in here. I'm going to take and get them all happy together. There goes the carrot. Here goes the broccoli. Here comes the rice. All right, now I went and I separated out, but you can still see it kind of stuck together. Even though I dumped it out and chopped it up, it kind of clumped a little bit. It's real important to go and separate your rice ahead of time from the ball so you don't get over clumping. It's an aerobic thing, man. Okay, throw a little more coconut oil in there. Keep it happy. Scoop around. Keep it moving. Get a big bowl like this because it's a lot of food. And again, if you're cruising, this is amazing because you can throw this in a Ziploc bag and store it and eat it cold or eat it hot. And the beautiful thing about using coconut oil, it doesn't coagulate on the food and get it all greasy and weird and all that. something to know about olive oils. A lot of companies say they've got virgin, extra virgin, all that. They still cut them with a corn oil or some other oil, vegetable oil, and it's not the real deal. And it's really obvious when you cook. So I love it. I love doing it with olive oil, but coconut oil is where we come from. Okay, so there it is. We got it all mixed up. Now I'm just going to add some extra stuff that is that last 5%. Yeah. You're going to also want to use some of the fiber base from the ginger to toss in there too. It's really good for digestion, and even if if you're offshore, one of the best things you can do for settling down your stomach is chewing on some ginger. It's amazing. It just really helps. So if you find yourself in a kind of a seaway that's not too happy with your stomach, get over it. Take some ginger, chew on that, it'll help you. And I'm going to just take it, I'm going to just squeeze it around. And I'm going to just take and drop the ginger grade into the middle of this. Got those plums, I'm going to throw that in there too. And get this all mixed up with the plums in there. Okay, again, this is something that you can seal a meal and keep on the boat, put it in the fridge, and just take it out as you need it. It's fantastic. Again, if you're using coconut oil or a really good extra virgin olive oil that's the real deal, it's not going to coagulate, and you got yourself something really good for watch, whether it's cold or hot. So there you go. And the next one, I'll teach you how to make jerky. And you can do it with your oven. You don't need a dehumidifier to do it. And we'll get into that one next. All right. Thanks for playing.